everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Indie Bazaar, where once a week we take a dive into the weird and wonderful world of indie gaming, and today we have something that is very much both of those. This is Fish, or rather the demo version thereof, developed by, I believe, Brazilian developing group 8A. And what this is a classic first-person shooter in the vein of something like Doom, or Duke Nukem 3D, maybe a little bit of Quake in here, although it uses sprites rather than 3D models. And I just wanted to comment, before we even get into the main game itself, this menu here is really, it's something. And I am like 99% sure that this look, which is also very much in full effect in the game, is very deliberate, and we'll take a look here, and you can see they even got like the silly difficulty names, you know, in the vein of something like Doom. We're gonna use the I can handle a few sardines setting here, which I'm pretty sure is the normal. You know, above that you got Sushi and Shark Puncher, which are, you know, if you're a hardcore FPS man, which I'm not necessarily, but, you know. Okay, so let's get into things here. Take a second to load up. And that funky tropical soundtrack. Alright, so we just kind of get dropped into the middle of things here. We got our shotgun, but more importantly, we have our harpoon. Now, the shotgun works about how you'd expect in a game like this, but the harpoon, you can actually pull enemies toward you. You know, blast their faces in with it. But not even just that, you can kind of, what I'm getting at is there's actually quite a few things you can do with the harpoon. Do expect me to occasionally lose my train of thought here, because there is quite a bit to focus on in this game. So, we'll head into that shack in a minute, but first, another thing you can do with the harpoon is you can actually use it as a way to move around. It's not perfect, but, you know, it gets the job done. The yellow key to open the store. I don't think I know what's in here. Now, this demo version is, unfortunately, just this one level. There's more to it, obviously, but it is just the one level here. But even in this relatively short amount of time, I'm going to tell you up front that I think this is one of the more creative FPS entries I've seen in a while. And we got this pop-up right here about the game's other interesting mechanic, which is rather than having a traditional save menu or having automatic checkpoints, you can actually use some of your armor to make your own checkpoint. And you just do this right here. You go Super Saiyan, and it uses, I think, about 15 points of your armor, and that is now a checkpoint. Also, that fruit is a health pickup. Let's see here. So yeah, I mean, like, the intentionally goofy art style and the gameplay, which is, you know, I mean, it's simple. It's in that vein, that older vein, like I've been saying, you know, Doom and all that, but the harpoon really does add a lot to this game. And I think that if you're a certain kind of person, you're looking at this and you're going, this looks like speedrun heaven. You know, you can, like, use the harpoon to zip. You could probably use the harpoon to, like, zip all around the levels and do all kinds of nonsense that a non-speedrunner like myself can only imagine in a vague way. This game is still in development. This demo is basically kind of a... I wonder what this is all about. It's like a picture of a pufferfish and then little... I didn't notice this the last couple of times I was through here. Anyway. This demo is basically kind of like they wanted to show off the game, I guess, and they are doing a funding campaign on Indiegogo, which I will link to in the description for the video. Got a little seal here. This part of the level maybe could use some refining, but this is really the only part I'm not like 100% satisfied with. Hopefully I'm still audible over all these gunshots. I didn't think to do audio testing with the shots. I only did it after turning the music on. Actually, turn that down here in just a second. Aw, man. Hold on, what did I have this map to? There we go. Oh. Yeah. It appears the game has crashed. Well, that's unfortunate. The Unreal Engine has crashed. That's unfortunate, but, you know, it's a demo. Let me just start it back up. Hopefully it's still recording. That's always the fun thing with... Yeah, it looks like it is. Okay. We'll just go with the new game. Point is, I think you guys get the gist of it. Oh, that's interesting. It's not picking up my mouse. Huh. I wonder why that's happening. Okay, well, this is interesting. I know nobody watches these videos to see live troubleshooting, but hopefully if I figure out what's causing the issue here, maybe it'll help you guys out too if you have similar problems. Oh, now it's picking up the mouse. How very strange. Anyway, yeah, let's get back into things here. You know, like I said, it's a demo version. I don't hold that against them. I'm actually going to turn down the sound effects a little bit. Resume the game. Anyway, I keep saying anyway and not getting to my point. Must be very annoying. But this is another one where I think it's kind of, if you think that you like this, you're looking at this and you're saying like, hey, this looks like a kind of game that I really, you know, want to try and, you know, do some speed running or whatever. I think you're probably right. This is kind of one of those games that there's not, you know, there's complexities to it, but not in the sense of like it being somehow like layered in what it is. It's very much, this is a classic FPS. That is what you see, that is what you get. Oh yeah, we should make a checkpoint out here, shouldn't we? There we go. Super Saiyan again. There we go. And I mean, I would personally recommend this one. Like, I do go through a fair amount of first-person shooters when I vet candidates for the show, and the thing with a lot of them is that they will often try to be this sort of game, this kind of, you know, doomy, sprite-based first-person shooter, and that's fine. You know, never am I going to try to tell anybody. I forgot about this, actually. There's like a chain gun hidden in the wall over here. Never will I try to tell anybody that they can't do whatever they want to do. But, the issue that comes up a lot is that a lot of the time, they don't have very much that separates them from the rest of the FPS games that are getting made in this same sort of vein. I think what Fish does differently, other than the art style, which I must admit was the thing that originally drew me to this game in the first place, is that it's got this hook mechanic which just adds an entirely new dimension into how this plays. And like I said, I think if with enough practice, you could really zip through this level. And presumably the ones that come after. Jeez. Dang, man. I have gotten past this part before, I swear. But anyway, you get the point. You know, I think if you like this sort of game and you've been kind of waiting for a new one to strike your fancy, I think you could definitely do a lot worse than Fish. I know there's a couple that have come out recently. Strafe was one, and then there was that one with like the horror movie aesthetic that I'm forgetting the name of at the moment. And those are good too, but I think this one is really just the very obvious. It actually kind of reminds me a little bit of like an Adult Swim show. Actually, is how I would describe it. The aesthetic, the very playful nature of everything. I mean, you're fighting fish pirates, and you're this, like, you know, shirtless Fabio type with a harpoon gun for an arm. It clearly doesn't take itself particularly seriously. And there's a time and a place for games that do take themselves seriously, but I think this game is served very well by being sort of over the top and goofy, and I mean, I really can't overstate how awesome the hook arm thing is. Like, I really hope they put this to good use in the full game when it comes out, because it's a really neat little mechanic. I can't think of many games that use this kind of thing. I'm sure there are some, but I'd be hard-pressed to name many that came out recently. I think maybe taking cover behind the building here. That's the real ticket to success. I do want to show off the inside of this building, because there's stuff that goes on inside here. Alright. Let's go! This is like my 4th or 5th time playing through just this one demo level, and I mean, you know, if I say that I'm having a blast too often, it sounds unconvincing. But you're just gonna have to trust me here. I really do like this game a lot. Like I said, I intend to link the Indiegogo campaign in the description, because I really hope this gets funded. I would very much like to play through this someday. Whether for the channel or not, you know, that's kind of a separate question, but it's just a really, you know, I'm really a sucker for games that are kind of just like, oops, sorry, bumped my touchscreen. Here's a couple mechanics, and we put, like, all of our dev time into how to make this as fun as possible. And I think that this is a really good example of a game that's like that. And I think that we could use more games like that, you know, not to get heavy here or anything, but there's some stuff going on in the world right now, and I think things like this that provide some pure, wholesome fun are a valuable addition to the world, you know? No, that's not to say that, like, depressing games are bad or anything. It's just, you know, that's my 2 cents. There's actually a very cool moment in this bathroom, if I'm not mistaken. I'm actually going to save here. Watch this. We go up to the mirror, and we get psychoed on by this pirate with his swords. By the way, if you're wondering if the, like, reeling them in with the hook shot and then finishing them off with the shotgun thing ever gets old, it absolutely does not. Although it's a little frustrating when you miss. That's where the yellow key is. Okay. I think that we can head back out now. I might as well make an honest attempt at finishing the level here, because there's only a little bit more left. Anything in these cabinets? I don't think there is. I do like that all these like objects are interactable. I haven't really been showing it off much, but there's like little cans on the ground in some places, and you can shoot them and they dent. The vase there blows up. I really do think that the Duke Nukem comparison is even better than the Doom one, because just like there's all these little interactable objects, and there's a lot of verticality in the levels. Maybe not a ton, but like more than is the norm, or was the norm for this sort of thing back in the day. Now, I don't know where it is 100%, but I do know for a fact that there's a rocket launcher with my name on it around here somewhere. Ah. Alright. Oh, jeez. Those guys take you down pretty fast if you don't have a... Gonna come out or no? Okay. I guess it's being close to the mirror that spawns them. Those guys take you down pretty fast if you don't have too much health, you know? There's the rocket launcher. Yeah, buddy. This will come in handy in a moment here. I'm actually gonna make another checkpoint right here. So there's one last thing I want to show off before we end the video here. And at this point, am I partially making excuses for being able to play this game more? Yes, which should tell you a little bit about how much I like it. Right, we gotta find the blue key again. It's stuck or something? Okay. The pickup text for the rocket says, "Oh shit, you got a box of rockets." I like it. I like it. Okay. Can I eat this? I can. A cashew. I thought it was like an apricot or something, but no, I guess not. The window is locked. Alright, so I believe that this will trip the end of the level, and you'll, we'll see. Maybe I have to go back to the shack first and open the yellow lock. Let's try that real quick. Again, at this point I am just kind of making an excuse to play through the whole thing, because I really do, you know, I've said before, if I say it too many times it sounds insincere, but I really do like this game quite a lot. Do I not have the yellow key? I really thought I had gotten the yellow key. Alright, I must be mistaken. This is turning into quite a long episode, but I don't mind. If me making a longer video means that more people are inclined to pledge some money to the Indiegogo campaign, get this full game made, I'm fine with that. Oh, you can pull the barrels over. I didn't realize that. Let's head back into the mansion here. I wonder if there's a picture of one of the developers, like, run through a filter or something. Just a guess. There's the yellow key. Oh. Okay, well I guess we'll have to save the mystery of what's in the yellow shack for another day. This is the game's first and so far only boss, the Bazoo Crab. And you know, I'm inclined to fight fire with fire here. I got rockets, he's got rockets. It's a regular old rocket fight. There we go. Took him down. Ain't worth nothing. I guess now we can head back to the Yellow Shack. But you know what? I'll leave that for you to discover. Let's just move right along here. Or maybe the end of the maybe the Yellow Shack is the end of the level. I've actually completely forgotten. Let's go find out. Never mind, I lied. I'm not gonna leave it for you to discover, but you should download the game anyway. And give these guys, you know, some cash to get their game made. Yeah, I guess this is the end of the level. Ooh, what the heck? Forgot about that. I have rockets, don't mess. Gosh, I love games like this. Alright. I think this flag is like the end of the level. Yeah, there we go. Check that out, we got almost all the enemies. No secrets, though. Press any button to continue. And yeah, there's the pitch for the Indiegogo campaign. You got some screens from future levels. Looks like the Bazoo Crab returns at some point. How interesting. Yeah, you know, they plan on a 2019 release date. I really hope these guys can make the game. I'm gonna... there we go. I'm going to, shut the program off now. You know, just to wrap up, Fish. It's an FPS, a fish-person shooter. Yeah, man, like, the only trouble with games like that is explaining why they're good. It's kind of hard. You just have to trust what I mean when I say is with that one is pretty much if you think that you would like it, you will. You know, I'm stumbling over my words again because I can't properly articulate why I enjoy those fun little games like that so much, but you know, I'm rambling now, so I'm gonna cut the video here probably. You know, like the video if you like the video, spread the word around about Indie Bazaar and about Fish and about their Indiegogo campaign. Hopefully we can get this thing printed, put it on Steam. Printed. You know what I mean. I want more people to experience the joy of Fish. Anyway, like I said, gonna cut the video now. See you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed this unusually rambly episode of Indie Bazaar. Bye.